Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey guys, I haven't seen y'all in so long. Like seriously, so long. So I hope some folks will pop on and just check in today. My setup's a little different, so I'm going to kind of show you that. But I just have a lot to work on, and you guys have always been motivating to me when I have a lot. If I set a time saying that I'm going to be here live, then I know I'm going to actually be in my workroom, with you guys. So I'm just working on orders. Just some catching up on my world. For one, my ring light broke, so I'm not going to be as bright. Just have to deal with my overhead lights that I have. But anyway, I just completed an 8-week intensive orientation at my local hospital so that I can kind of keep my foot in the door for nursing. I had not been a nurse since COVID started because I was furloughed where I worked before, and I moved, and now I'm in a new town. And I just kind of started thinking that I didn't want to be so far removed from nursing. My goal is to be a PRN nurse. So for those that are in the nursing world, and a lot of people in embroidery seem to be, that's just going to be, I'll be someone that will fill in when there's needs, when other people are going to be out of town, or if there's sick call outs, then I'm somebody that can come in and fill in for that. But during my orientation, I had to be full-time. So that meant I really had to step back from embroidery, which was kind of like a breath of fresh air for a little bit. But now I'm ready to kind of dive back in deep again. I've got a busy summer planned as well, where I'll actually be taking for the very first time a vacation mode for my Etsy shop, which is something I've been thinking about, and just decided that it's going to happen because how busy I'll be gone for 6 weeks this summer, which will be pretty crazy. So I really have to go in vacation mode, and I've never done that. So I've always been nervous about it. I've always heard that it can really set your shop back, but it needs to happen, and I'm looking forward to it actually. So yeah, I have kind of, I'm going to kind of swivel you around. So a lot of times I'm over here at my computer, which is in the far corner, and that's where I do a lot of my work as far as, setting my designs up, and that's what I'm, working on right now. And then there are my two baby lock machines over there. My sewing machine is, I can't make my finger go right there. And so I do my sewing over there. But anyway, my heat press right here. You guys, I really love this. I did several videos on it. I probably won't do, a ton of videos specifically to that. But when I do have something unique or different, I'll be using it. But I really do love that new addition. Got my thread up on the wall over there, and I've got my Racoma set up over here. I just needed a little bit more space for my Racoma. It sticks out further than my other machines, and I kept running into it. And finally, I'm like, Kelly, let's be smart about this and move it. So I really like the setup over here. I just generally am working on different things anyway, so they don't really have to be right beside each other. But I have this table set up. I might be getting something a little fancier than a fold out 6-foot table, but for now it works well. What you don't see behind me is all my inventory. I do have some inventory on the wall over here. I actually sold over $1,000 worth of blanks inventory this week with a big D-stash sale. But I still have some, the goal is to kind of clear out some of that so that I can get things in for the spring. If you didn't know, I do have, fabric on a different Etsy shop from my main embroidery shop. I do sell some fabric, just really like the plain solid colors. And I do sell some supplies, like some of the threads and whatnot. So anywho, that's what that is. And of course I've got all my seersucker. I was trying to clear out space. Oh, we're melting. I was trying to clear out space because I have a huge box that should be arriving any day that I need to, put in here of book bags, just for the upcoming, I know it sounds crazy since it's March, but for the upcoming back to school time, I wanted to make sure I was fully stocked for that. Figure out why that thing is just pulling me down. So anyway, I do have my seersucker stuff there. This is my little table that I roll around. I really love this. It's a butcher block table. It's on wheels, and I can move that to where I'm working. Like I said, my ring light broke, so that stinks. So I don't really have my bright set up for doing things, but that's okay. What else? Trying to think here. I do have a big order that I'm going to be working on. Some scrubs for a doctor's office here in town. I had their logo digitized, and we're going to trial it out on here on the scrubs they provided me, and if so, that could really turn into a bunch. Let me see if I can swivel this so you can see the rest of my, oh, you know what, can I just flip it? Dun, da, da. Okay, well, that's really close, obviously, but this is where I keep the rest of my stock. This is what's behind me. This is where it looks like the hot mess, but I just love this huge IKEA shelving unit that I keep all of my blanks in, mainly my white shirts, because I keep white shirts in short sleeve, long sleeve, and 3 different styles. So I have that, and then I've got just some of my regular embroidery supplies that I use for myself in the bins below. So this is like a 25 bin shelving unit, which I love. So anywho, good morning to you guys. How are y'all? Things coming up. We've got the Everything Embroidery Market. You guys, I hope this is something that you will consider. If it's not, sorry, I need some more tea. If it's not a good time for you, or if the distance is too far, I hope you will look into it for future times, because they generally will have 2 shows a year. It is so fun. I really can't stress enough how critical it was for me in my embroidery career to go to this, to learn, to take classes, and to find vendors that I continually still use. It's actually the first place that I found Love That Cotton, and Love That Cotton over time is actually the owners who purchased the Everything Embroidery Market. So it kind of is a big circle of just things that I love. But I had never heard of Love That Cotton before I went, and I went there, and I literally was so thankful that I had taken an extra suitcase, because I flew to that conference, and because I literally packed the entire suitcase. I signed up on the spot as a wholesale vendor and left with over $300 worth of product, because I just wanted to try it all, and I took it home and literally have been a customer since. So I love that. But anyway, it is April 28th through 30th. 28th through 30th. It's a Friday, Saturday. They do have some classes with Embrilliance Essentials. Well, with Embrilliance, they do more than just that, stitch artists and whatnot, on the Thursday prior to the show, and then the show is actually Friday and Saturday. I am teaching 3 classes, and I'm super excited about that. I taught in Biloxi last year. I taught 3 classes, and it was just such a fun time. So I hope it's something you'll consider at least looking into, if not for the show in April, but for further shows out. There are some amazing vendors that will be there. There's some amazing pokes. That was people and folks put together. That's pokes. There's some amazing pokes that will be there, that will be teaching classes. Like, I am super excited about some of the classes that I will be signing up for. When it comes to my heat press, there's really good vendors and stuff for stuff like that. There's also blanks vendors, of course. There are, I'm going to do a whole video, you guys. Let me just go into more detail with that so you can know more about it. But anyway, that's coming up in April, so that's exciting. I feel like there was one other thing that I was going to tell you about that's coming up. I don't know. I already forgot. I don't know. I am doing a big spring pre-order of things if it's something you're interested in. If not, no biggie. But if you are interested in ordering blanks, I've picked out some just really cute things that I will be using in my own shop. And when I do that, I like to extend it to others to see if they want to go in on the purchase, since I do larger purchases from overseas. Of course, I'll be restocking my seersucker, which will be the book bags, lunch boxes, duffel bags, cosmetic cases, if you want to get in on that. But then on top of that, some clothing items for spring, towels for summertime, bathing suits for summertime. So just, if you are interested in that, I'll put a link in the bottom of this video once I'm done going live. I have a Facebook group for that. It's called Blanks for Embroidery. Pretty simple. I always meant to change the name, but it's just kind of stuck, so that's fine. So right now, what am I working on in my Etsy shop? Easter is, I mean, a lot of the holidays, you know, kind of come and go, but Easter has always been, you know, hugely popular with Easter baskets. I do a lot of Easter baskets. And I thought I had bought a million zillion this year, and sadly I have already sold out of what I have. I've got some more on the way, but where I get them is already out of pink and purple. So I have done more sales this year already, considering Easter is over a month away, than I did last year. So I feel good about the amount that I've already done, but I do know I will have some lost sales, considering some of the colors are already out of stock. But anywho, you do what you can do, and at least this will prevent me from doing the last minute sales. Last year I got myself in a big old pickle by oh my gosh, y'all, I just kept selling even though the blanks hadn't arrived yet to the company that I purchased them from. And I just kept holding my breath because they were holding their breath. They thought they were going to be there any day, and any day turned into any week. And then it just really, really got scary in the end, because I was like, I'm going to literally have to refund 30 different orders. Like, oh my gosh, it was terrifying, honestly. But they finally got them in, and they just so grateful to All About Blanks. They were able to rush overnight them on a Saturday to me so that I could get them and put them in the mail with 1 week to go for Easter. And it was very nerve-wracking, but it's just, you know, my lesson learned with that was, you know, change my inventory numbers on my Etsy listings, and when I really don't have any more, I need to change, you know, and put it, you know, pink is sold out. If you want one, pick a blue one. We can put some pink on that. So anyway, I learned from that to not, I can't keep selling if I don't have it in hand. So anywho, there's my wise. Here's my buddy. There's my baby. She's been hanging out. I wore her out this morning so that hopefully she would hang out and just chill. That's my harbor. Yeah, so February was full of orientation at the hospital and also basketball for my boys. All three of my boys play basketball, a couple of teams for each of them. And so literally every single night, every single week for all of February, I was at a basketball game, which I love. Honestly, I love basketball. But that's wrapping up right now as well. My orientation, I said, is over. So now I get to pick and choose what days I work, and actually only work 3 days in the next 6 weeks because I needed to kind of break and get back into my embroidery world. Anyway, you guys know I like to chat, so I'm gonna quit talking and I'm gonna start working. So I'm just gonna kind of move us around as I'm working, depending on what I'm doing. I've printed out some of my designs and just need to get going. So I might not do a ton of talking, a lot of working. And again, my ring light is dead. So I don't really know what happened. I don't know if one of my kids broke it or if my dog broke it, but I didn't find it like on the ground. So I kind of feel like it was one of my kids, because they're really not supposed to be in here, but every once in a while, a wild hair gets at their tail and they come in here to get something. Like, you know, my 11-year-old loves these pins. I don't know what he does with them. I find them from time to time, like, what? Anywho, so I'm like messing with my light. My husband's office is, you know, over here in the house, and so he heard me like, what's going on? This isn't working. And he comes in, he was like, well, it's broken. Look at this spot right here. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, had no clue. So I'm pretty sure my kids, no one will fess up to it, but whatever. I've had that ring light for a while. You guys, if you have a suggestion on a ring light, I really do like the one that I had, but I'm just wondering, you know, over the past couple of years, as a better model come out. This is a newer. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Let's see if I can. What's it say? Newer, Neewer. I really did like this one, and it will turn on every once in a while. But see, this is where it's broken, and like there's things that shake around in that. This is an 18-inch LED Neewer ring light. If you guys have a suggestion of one that you absolutely love, I might just order this again. They still sell this one on Etsy, not Etsy, Amazon. I have it in my cart to order, but I thought I would ask you guys if you know of a really good one that in the last couple of years has maybe passed that one. Trying to think what else. We went on a ski trip, so that kept us busy. We were out of town for a week skiing, so that was fun too. I was gonna set that up, but I don't even know how to set that up. Yeah, I'm so dark. Like, there's my OT lights, which I love. Are they OT lights? Yeah, OT lights. I do love my OT lights. I've got some of them around here. I have myself playing up there, and man, I live in a mess. I just do. I watch some of the girls that do embroidery, like Bingham Bliss. She was on last night live. I was literally watching her in my bed, and I love her work. She makes handmade, like organic baby clothes, like sews them by hand every order. I think it's awesome. But what I'm most amazed about is her workspace. Like, so awesome. So clean. So just like, not me. I try, but anyway. I do have some supplies. This is all I have left of my sticky stabilizer, which kind of really bums me out at the moment because that's what I use for all my Easter baskets. Now I can use tearaway, but it's just more work. I like the sticky better. But yeah, this is like hot mess compared to everybody else. I've got some spring shirts that I needed to do. And then on Racoma over here, I'm going to start churning out Easter baskets with the fast frames. Yes, Mary Amber. Gosh, I couldn't think of that name, so that's why I was saying Bingham Bliss. But yeah, so sweet. She really is. I love watching her work. Last night she was working with her daughter, and it said working through the night, so I have no clue how long she was on. I literally fell asleep with it on my tablet. Okay, let's see. Let me get this one going. I put my colors. This is a strawberry applique shirt. So spring is definitely in the air. I just need to set my colors. I think I put all the colors that I need up there. Let's see. I normally sell more of this, but I didn't really promote much spring yet, but I guess we still have time, don't we? Oh, I don't have green up there. So my machines have been working good. I've just been so busy that my workflow down here has I've just kind of had to take a different stance. Like if I have an hour, I will, and I didn't used to. I will try to come down and get like 2 done, 3 done if I could, because my time has been so limited. I really stopped the whole staying up past, normal bedtime. I haven't done that in a long time. I realized for me that just really isn't the best practice. Now there's times I have to do that, but I've just tried to keep it a little more organized so that I don't have to do that. Sorry, this just has a lot of color changes. This is an Alphalicious design, which I love. Alphalicious designs, I will definitely tell you, if you have a single needle, She is your go-to. And let me tell you why. Now, of course, everybody can use them, and obviously I still do. She's literally probably my top digitizers that I use for applique shirts and whatnot. Hold on, I'm trying to multitask here. Dun 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 dun. Not good at multitasking. And when I put DST, I've been doing DST more than anything on, oh, that's the tongue. But DST distorts my image on my screen, the colors. So I have to really figure out, like, stare at it good to figure out some of these little itty bitty things that I'm doing. That is red, I believe. And sometimes, honestly, I have to go back and look at it again. See, I think I've already messed that one up. That is 4. So there's something up here that I think I set wrong. So let me go back and see. No, there's a lot of steps on this one, but they're quick stitch. They're zigzag stitching, so it's not too much. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Hold on. I did something where I was like, what did I just do? I think, there we go. All right. So the reason why Alphalicious is so amazing for if you have a single needle is she, every step, she completes it before she moves to the next one. There might be some designs that don't do that, but generally they are. So, like if I'm doing an applique truck with strawberries, she will do the truck, the placement, tack down, and final stitch before she moves to the strawberry. Then she'll do the strawberry, placement, tack down, final stitch before she moves on to the puppy dog. And the reason why that's so good for single needles, is because you don't have to change your colors so often on your machines. Now, granted, I'm doing these on multi-needles, and sometimes it slows it down when you have to do it because you have to cut, wait, do another thing, cut, wait, do another thing. On a multi-needle machine, especially when you've got like a 15 needle machine like the Racoma over here that has every color under the sun under it, and I really don't ever have to change anything. The designs that are amazing on that one are the ones that, I'm talking about applique only, where it would be all the placements and tack down stitches first. So you do all your cutting within the first couple of minutes of a design. And then it goes back and does all the finishing stitches, because then what I can do is that first couple of minutes I can focus on that shirt, and then I can hit go, walk away, and it will finish it with all the decorative. That takes a lot longer, especially if you're doing satin stitch. I need to pay attention. So, but again, they are my favorite designs, so I will not, I still use them daily, and this one's super cute. I can't wait to show it to you. Oh shoot. That's the part that didn't need to be on there, but it's okay. Let's go to that. I do need to put my heat and bind light on it, which is right here. I ran out of my huge roll of heat and bind light because I wasn't paying attention to, you can't see when you have that big box. I have the really big one that I think is 75 yards. And I wasn't paying attention. All of a sudden I pull it out and it was like the last piece taped to the roll. It's like, oh, I can't live without this. But luckily I was able to order it pretty quick. So I'm just putting some heat and bind light on that. I will need to get some red, which I probably have some scraps, some green and some brown and some black. And I probably have enough scraps for that. Um, let's see, there we go. So speaking of scraps, y'all, this has gotten out of hand. This is my bin of pieces of fabric that are scraps that already have heat and bond light. So like, you know, I'd cut something out, but then there would be a piece that would be pretty big like this, so I would save it. Or sometimes a like huge piece because I overestimated how many I was making. Like I might have been making 10 shirts, so I did a long piece, but then I was able to, you know, do it small. You know, I've got a lot. All this has heat and bond light on it. So what I was going to offer to, let's see, why don't we say 4 people. If 4 people would like me to fill a box or a bag, probably a bag, I would love to share this so I can kind of purge. I will give you some fun pieces in there. Just let me know, send me a message and let me know your address. But 4 people, if you are interested, I will send that to you, no charge. So just give me that. And I do have some random pieces of fabric that were never used. If anybody has any interest in Harry Potter or Star Wars, this has stormtroopers on it. I had gotten these back when I was doing masks and then never did use these because I didn't want to list things such as that. These are 1-yard cuts. If anybody is wanting Harry Potter or Star Wars, please let me know. I would love for this to go to a good home. This is Harry Potter. I think, what is that thing called? I used to know what that was called, but now I can't remember that emblem for Harry Potter. But I've got 2 yards of that, and then I've got 2 yards of the Star Wars Stormtrooper. So if you can think of a project that you could use this for, I would love to gift this to somebody. So let me know in the comments if that's something that you would like. And again, the reason why I pulled these, I bought these originally when I was making masks and I was making them like for the schools and stuff like that. So I bought lots of fun, you know, different fabrics. And I didn't list these, of course, on Etsy because, you know, those are copyrighted Star Wars and Harry Potter. But if you have a project you think these would help you with, please let me know. They're just sitting, wasting away. So again, if you want these, let me know. The Deathly Hallows, Linda. Okay, perfect. I knew at some point I knew that name. I do love Harry Potter. So again, if somebody would like Star Wars, let me know. If somebody would like the Deathly Hallows Harry Potter fabric, there's 2 yards of each. Again, no charge to you. Just let me know and I'll send them out because they're just sitting here wasting away. And then 4 people that want to comment and share their address with me, I will send you a bag full of some scraps. And you can decide whether you want to keep them or if you want to use them, but I have a ton and I just need a purge because this is just too much. So anywho, that's how many I have and I don't need that. But here's why it's good. I'm getting ready to do some strawberries, and so I go in there and look and I'm like, oh, there's some red. I can use this for my strawberries. I don't have to reapply. So that's nice. And then there's green for the tops of my strawberries. I am sure I've got some green. Actually, I can see it right there on the top. So I'm not being the most efficient right now. I just want to get this started. But I need to go ahead and get my other machines up and running as well so that I can really make better use of my time. I did spend yesterday afternoon on Embroidery, getting some of my designs ready for the day. That's one thing that, like, once let's see, 3 o'clock hits, I'm done. Like, I can work down here. I generally work from 10 to 3. I give myself the morning so that I can exercise and get my kids to school, enjoy my tea, have my breakfast, clean up around the house if need be, and then I come down at 10. and then work until 3. And then from 3 till the evening, it's really just family time, right? So, oh, that would be great. Yes, you can make them a, okay, so that'd be awesome. I'll definitely send it to you. I just need your address so you can you direct message me? I don't know if you can on here. Just send your address. I'm gonna put this down. I know it's gonna make me dark, but I'd rather see my stuff down here. Send it to your address. I'll figure out how to do it. Okay, let's see. That's putting the finishing touches on that. I do want to get another thing started, but I do have 2 of these. The Easter baskets are great, and I love them because they take, what, like 8 minutes to stitch each one. That's Remington, so this is, here's just a picture of what I'm making, and it's just so stinking cute. And of course I do it with seersucker, because why wouldn't I, right? Why wouldn't I? But this is, I don't know if they're twins, a sibling set, because they got the exact same size, so I'm thinking it must be siblings. Going to pick some strawberries. I love, like, doing that with my kids when they were younger, going to the strawberry farm. We had some really cute farms around where I used to live. I don't know if there's any around here. I know there's one farm. I don't know if they do where you can go pick your own. I think they do. I think I've seen some people out in the field. Out in the fields. Did y'all hear about the daylight savings time, that we might be free of that forever? I guess it passed, a bill passed in the Senate for daylight savings time to go away. And it passed unanimously, so that's awesome. And I guess it has to go through the House and then be signed by the president. But then I did read in the fine print that even if it does pass, which hopefully it will, that it would not go in effect until November of 23. Might want. So that means we'd have to change, what, two more times, I guess? But how amazing. I'd be interested to know, does anybody have any opposition to that? Like, some I was reading, because I'm like, yeah, this is awesome, that the opposition that anybody has had has been around, I guess people up north are concerned because they'd be putting their kids on the bus in the dark. But I'm not sure if that's a reason why we should all, I don't know, I mean, can we change the time for, I don't know. I don't know if that's a reason why we should all have to change our clocks every year. Because in all reality, it was started for farmers, right? So I think we need to look why it was originally started and see if that still applies. And from what I've heard farmers say, it doesn't. I was talking with a friend at the park yesterday. We were at the playground and we were talking about it because, I mean, I'm just like stoked, so I'm talking to anybody about it. And she was saying that her dad's a farmer, and she was like, she was funny. She was like, girl, they've had lights on tractors since before I was born. Like, it was just funny. Like, her dad doesn't need daylight savings time to function as a farmer. I think back when it was, you know, ever started, it's, who are we playing God, changing the time? I just don't like it. And I just think people will be so much happier. Like, You know that like there literally is like a seasonal affection disorder or seasonal, I don't know what it's called. Um, Kind of like the sundowners with elderly. Like when it's dark outside, people get depressed, and I swear that that is part of my DNA because I am just such a happier, more productive person when it's lighter later. Like I just get tickled when it starts to, like just now that we've changed the time, it's already like such a huge difference of coming home. I get so mixed up too. Like it's annoying. It's annoying. Like I absolutely think it should end. And I couldn't believe when someone said, "Did you hear?" And now that's all I can think about. Like, aren't y'all so much more productive when it's light out? I mean, seriously, I am. Yeah, Wanda, that's the only thing I've heard because I asked when I was talking to others, I'm like, well, who like surely this will pass. Like there can't be any opposition to it, but like someone else already said, there's going to be opposition to somebody's going to oppose something, everything. But I mean, honestly, if you're talking about an area where it's so dark in the morning for their kids to be getting on the bus, like seriously, the next step should be for that school system to think about potentially just changing the time of their school. I lived in a large town, and I don't anymore. But I lived in a large town that, because of busing issues, we had schools that would literally start at different times of the day. Not of the day, but like you either started literally at like, there were some that started at like 6:45, 7. And then there were, 6:45, 7. And then there were some that started like at the 8 o'clock hour. I had my kids' elementary school didn't start until 9:15. At first I was like, this is awful. But then it really became a love of mine. I'm like, 9:15. We woke up just gently every morning. We didn't have to like, pry our kids out of bed. They just woke up naturally, around 7:30ish. We would have breakfast calmly. Like it at first I was like, this is crazy. Like, how do people in the work world do this? And I could see for some that it could have created an issue, but they did have before care at the school for those that needed it through the YMCA, just like, the places have after school care. So there was that option if somebody needed it. But anyway, can't we look at that for these places that are worried about it being dark? Let's just start school at like 9:15, because I promise you might love it if you give it a try. Let's see. I missed somebody's really large comment, and I can't really go back when I'm live. I will make sure I read it, and if there's a question I can answer, then I certainly will. All right, Kelly, work it. All right, I need to get something on the other machine, so I've got some, this would be a good one. Lori said, I don't like the time change. I always feel bad for a week after, but after reading about what happened years ago, I wonder. Yes, Rita, definitely love to be outside. I don't know what happened years ago. You'll have to share, Lori. I'm not sure what that is referring to. I've got a dinosaur birthday shirt to do for a Mr. Charlie. So let me get that going as well. So yeah, I'm going to go back and look. Hopefully there's somebody that wanted, I know someone commented about the Star Wars wanting to do a pillow. But if there's somebody that wants the 2 yards of the Deathly Hallows, let me know. I will send it your way. And then for people, I would love to fill a bag full of some of my scraps, just because I've got too many. All right. This is my dinosaur. I've got two versions of it. Let's find some green. Yep, I told you I knew I probably had some green in there for my strawberry. And I do, so it is pretty handy. I won't lie about that. Let's get a decent piece. You can see how, like, I mean, I literally saved all the scraps. Oh, green on green on green. Happy St. Patrick's Day! I don't really do much for St. Patrick's Day other than make sure my kids wear green to school, and then I wear it. Read my comment above. They stopped daylight savings time to 70 because of the energy crisis. Oh, okay. That probably was that large comment that I missed. Because of the energy crisis. Huh. Well, there's so much going on in the world right now. I can't get enough news coverage of Ukraine. Like, it just makes me sick, you guys. I'm not a political person at all. Meaning, I mean, when I say that, it's not that. I keep up with politics. But I don't have a die-hard, do-or-die affiliation in politics. I just don't think that's how, it's just not how I work. I want to base it on lots of factors, not just what line they've drawn in the sand. But, anywho, the stuff in Ukraine is just, oh my gosh. I mean, it's really unimaginable, isn't it? It's just, it's unimaginable. Just one more reason that, not reason, but one more indication of what a privileged life we lead. I know lots of folks are feeling it at the gas pump and even buying groceries. You know, we've had like a, we set a budget of what to spend each week, or else I'd go crazy and buy the whole store. So we set a budget, and, you know, I told my husband last week, I'm like, for one, our boys are getting big, and it takes a lot more food than it used to, obviously, to feed them. But also with the increases in, however you can send me that. I don't know if there's a way to private message me on YouTube. I don't know if there is. If not, then you can do it on Facebook for sure. I can't remember how that works. But anyway, so I told my husband, I'm like, we're going to have to up our budget each week because food prices, I really can tell, have gone up for sure. For sure. So this past week, I increased that. There is a lot of negativity on the news. I like to watch it. And not that I don't want to educate my kids. I do. We talk about news. We talk about, you know, what's trending and stuff like that. I want them to be aware. But I also feel like for my youngest, at least, I mean, like a little bit of filtering is helpful. I mean, not with like worldly news. I mean, that he deserves to know, you know, what's going on. But I like to watch, so I'm a Today Show junkie, and perfect. I'm a Today Show junkie. Like, I couldn't watch anything other than the Today Show. I love it. Photocopy is my spirit animal, and I just love her. I like to watch like the first 30 minutes of the Today Show. So at 7, from 7 to 7:30, I feel like I can really catch up on what's going on. And then after that, the Today Show is just fun, talking about what's hip for your St. Patrick's Day meal. But I feel like the very first, 30 minutes of the Today Show is about, what's really going on. So I like to catch up with that. Now, when COVID started, my husband literally had to take the remote from me and tell me to put it away, because I was getting a little obsessive about what was going on during that time. And it was a very healthy break for me to not watch so much during COVID. Now, I still would watch my Hoda. And Hoda Copy showed up every single day to the Today Show. And every other anchor was working from home, had COVID, or had a reason to, be at home. Now, she had reasons to be home. She has her kids, but she made it in every day. And I kept saying, if Hoda Copy doesn't make it in to the Today Show live, then I'll know that we're in trouble. They even showed her as a skeleton crew of one. She was broadcasting and had one cameraman, and it was just the two of them. That was it in the whole studio. It just made my love for her just grow. Love her. Bum ba da bum, bum 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 bum. What am I doing? Where is my? Here it is. I was looking for that piece of fabric. Yeah, this little is so cute. Now, it's a little more labor intensive applique. This one only has 2 pieces, so I like that. She's literally asleep on the floor, and she's got thread on her leg. That's what you get when you come down here. I clean up in the evening, but as I'm working on my, when I'm changing threads on my machine, I literally just drop it on the floor. I generally make one big thread nest at the end of the day. I don't know why I'm too lazy to just take a few more steps over to the trash can. I've even bought extra trash cans, rearranged them in the room, but still seems to end up on the floor. It's just part of who I am. I can't help it. Okay, let's see. Let's find Charlie. No, that's... There we go. So I need to pull this one up real quick. I'm going to do a dinosaur. Let's see though. Alright, sometimes I need to just, I have 2 different dinosaurs, so I'm not sure which color option they picked. So let me go back to this order for Charlie. And make sure that I have the right one, Charlie. There we go. Okay, this is the one come with the dark green and the orange and the navy. So we need dark green, which is actually up there, but I already used it. I've got more dark green. Donut in my bin here. So I have my thread all neatly organized over here on the wall. Yeah, I feel like they do everywhere, don't they, Sue? Like, I just, if that's the only argument, I'm sure there's other ones. But anyway, I've got my thread over there, but what I've been doing is keeping this little basket right there. And basically, as I take things off, I throw them in there. Because I don't know if you're like me, but I generally use this pretty much the same colors over and over. So this is kind of like my basket of colors I use all the time. And then, you know, when I need to find a unique one, it's over there. What is on me? Oh, it's on my scissors. All right, so we've got our green. We will need white for the eyeballs. We need navy for the name. We need orange. We need silver, that's good. This green we don't need. We will need black. And we also need, so Marita, where are you looking? If you're looking on Facebook, just go to Embroidery Nurse on Facebook. Embroidery Nurse, I have a page, I also have a group. That's probably the best way to message me. Or you can send it to kelly@embroiderynurse.com. That's an email that you can send it to. I've got lots of ways you can reach me. Probably finding my personal page might be the hardest. There are a lot of Kelly Paynes, aren't there? I was Kelly Wilson before I was married, and that was even more common. Okay, so I'm put black up here. I think I might have to switch one of these colors out. Yeah. This one has the yellow eyes. And so this is a funny story with this particular dinosaur. This was the original one I made. And I had a grandmother say she loved this shirt so much for her child or for her grandson, but could I make it less scary? And the eyes are yellow, the eyeballs. And so we just did a few tweaks. We made the skin a lighter green, white for the eyeballs, not yellow, and just kind of changed the colors up. It was just funny. I love the customization, and I made that a listing after I made it. So I have two separate listings. One is kind of like my scary, not really, dinosaur, and the other one is more not as scary. But anyway, the one that she created, it has ended up over time being my more popular one, which I thought, it just shows you like how you really want to listen to your customers, what their thoughts are, if they have ideas on things that you're making. All right, let's see here. So I'm just getting this set up for my dinosaur shirt. I do try to group things together, like, you know, if I'm doing more than one, I do it at the same time so I'm not changing the colors on my machines that often. See how I'm just throwing these on the ground like I was saying? But with that being said, today I just have lots of random things that I'm making. So it's definitely more time when that's the case, but I'm getting hot. Let's see. All right, I'm just putting all of my colors in, assigning everything. And this one is an example of one where it just has 2 pieces of fabric. You do those first 2 pieces of fabric in the beginning of your design. And then it's one you can just kind of set and forget. So it's got 2 pieces of fabric, then you walk away. So that's nice. I do need to get that fabric prepped though. We've got the darker green. So if you see my fabric, I have them in bins, color coordinated. The fabric that doesn't have heat and bottom light on it. I don't know if you can see them all from there, but you know, it's yellow, orange, red, green, purple, pink, blue, black, tan, white, gray. They all have their own bins. And those are like, you know, anything that has that color on it is in that bin. So I do kind of stuff the pieces in there. But then I just iron it out and then put back what I'm not using. I, in the past, try to pre-prep all of these, and I have bins that or Ziploc bags that I'll keep the already cut pieces. So like when I have downtime, that's something that I can do to help myself just with time management. So if I have a day where I have a little bit of extra time or don't have as many orders, then it's a great use of time. Lately, because I've been working as a nurse too, that my time, I generally always have about 50 open orders, which someone was like, doesn't that stress you out that you have so many open orders? Heather, I use Floriani and Isacord. Floriani and Isacord. Floriani, I would say, is my favorite. Isacord I can get wholesale, so it's becoming more my favorite. What was I saying before that? I don't know. So like I need wheels, which is like these little tiny pieces, right? So I just grab scraps. Oh, I need an orange piece for this. Oh, I know what I was saying. So, yeah, Wanda, it really is helpful. Like, for instance, here's all my yellow. It's any kind of yellow. Now, it can only have yellow or white on it. Any colors that are multicolors are in different bins. Those are harder to kind of keep up with. Now I need orange. So I don't know what I was saying. Oh, I know. So I generally have about 50 open orders at all times, and somebody that I work with was like, doesn't that stress you out? Like, don't you just like want to clear them? And I was like, honestly, if I cleared them, then that means I wasn't getting continual orders, right? That would mean that my orders ended. So, you know, even though I'm always looking and there's always orders to be working on, you know, I've had to learn over time to look at it, you know, day by day. Not that I have 50 open orders. but that today I've got 12 things that need to go out. And look at it in smaller terms so it doesn't always overwhelm, because that can just stress you out if you're always like, I'm never catching up. And my husband he'll always ask, so did you catch up today? I'm like, it really isn't. This business, you don't catch up. You keep moving, I guess. Or are you, I don't know what question I should have him ask me, because catching up, number one, would mean that I'm behind. Maybe did you have a productive work day? Maybe that's what we should say, because there is no catching up, and rightfully so. We don't want there to be. Now, closer to Christmas, when it comes to like Christmas things, I do feel like for that 1 week, that you catch up, like that 1 week after Christmas, 1 week only, I feel like, oh, I'm caught up. All my orders have been completed. But then it just turns into birthday and then Valentine's, and Valentine's is always busy. All right. Do you have a favorite embroidery machine? Baby Lock and Racoma are all I've ever had, and I love them both for very different reasons. When it comes to, commercial, my Racoma is spot on, game changer when it comes to building my business. Baby Locks are what I started with, so they're what I have kind of always known. They're what I grew my business with. My turnaround time, someone asked, is I say 1 to 2 weeks just to give myself that leeway. I know some other shops really strive to have things out quicker, but with life, I like to give myself that room. There are certain items that I don't keep in stock, so for those, without doubt, it needs to be the 1 to 2 weeks. But I do keep all my t-shirts and things like that in stock, but because I always have a running amount of work to do, just because I have the item in stock doesn't mean that I can put it ahead of the 50 other orders that I have. So the 1 to 2 weeks has always been good for me. Now there are certain things that I will try to push, like for instance, I do have a gingham Easter basket that I would love to kind of clear out. Seersucker sells really well, and the gingham has two, but because those are so quick for me to embroider, I have those set at like 1 to 2 days, because someone will right now pick that one with the faster turnaround, especially when it's an item like that a lot of people are doing. That's not unique to my shop. I'm getting hot. It's getting hot in here. All right. This shirt actually has like some picks in it, but I had to wear it today because of St. Patrick's Day. I should probably throw it away though. If you're just popping on and you're like, oh my gosh, it's so dark in her room, it's because somebody in my house, I don't know if it was a doggy or a kiddo, has broken my ring light. So, and I'm pretty sure this has a bulb out. Well, that one does. These are my boob lights. You can't see it there, can you? They look like boobs. All right, what's next? Here's where I start spinning and getting nothing done. Let's see. Next is the bumper on my truck. And then that one is my orange piece for my number 3. And I need to get my Easter basket started. See how this one is pretty time consuming. that has to go on it. You'll see what I was talking about, how this literally has 2 pieces of fabric, and that's in the first 5 minutes of the design. Both pieces are on and cut, and then it goes for 29 more minutes without me needing to do anything. So that is really helpful when I've got a lot of other things that I'm working on, to set it and forget it. You've noticed with this other design, like I said, it's digitized very different. It's digitized for each piece individually. It really just takes some time. You've got to just keep going back and forth working on that. And when you're working on multiple things, it does slow you down a bit. But I only have one design like that running at a time, so I don't have to focus on this. But that's why I'm like, let me go ahead and get this one on there so those 29 minutes can play out and it will be done on its own. Does that make sense what I'm saying? Digitizers really do work in different ways. And it's quite a skill. It's Joy at Alphalicious. Her designs really are like phenomenal. I love them. They're always so cute and just such good sellers of mine. But she has to have a very keen eye to know how to layer her designs, to be able to do them one by one like that. All right, so like I said, first 5 minutes are done. Now I'm putting this on, and I don't have to cut, pull it out, take it off, anything else. Go. This one needs some brown fabric for the doggy. Actually misjudged that when I held that little piece down, so I'm going to cut it out but then do it again. I'm just going to leave this piece underneath it. I just wasn't paying attention. I moved it too far over. So this puppy would be missing an ear if I left it like that. I'm just going to do it one more time. There's no reason to remove that first piece. That would be too much trouble. Nobody will know. Nobody will know. It would just look like a fluffier dog, and that actually would probably look cute. Alright, the only reason why that one stopped is because there's a color stop in it, as if so I just have to literally go. Oh, good. So, yeah, I like to do the, I like to do that too. Although last night I was saying earlier that I literally went to bed watching Amber with Bingham Bliss work in her studio. That's what put me to sleep. Now, she didn't put me to sleep. I was tired. I don't mean that. I just mean I enjoyed watching it. And not working that time. But yeah, I like to have things playing in the background too. Work motivation. How did the team shirts turn out? They were awesome. They really were. I loved it. I actually have another really big project that I'm going to be doing with my heat press. Now this is going to be fun, y'all. I love to overcommit myself. That's just who I am. All right, I think I've cut out all the fabric for this. We're doing a spring fling at my kids' middle school, and we're trying to think of some like activities or different like little booth areas, things they can do while they're there. Some will be games, some will be, you know, candy, snacks, things like that. And so what I am doing is I am taking my heat press and I'm taking the shirts in the school colors, so royal blue and red in all sizes, small through extra large. And I have designed some heat transfers with Transfer Express. And it's going to be a booth where they literally get to come, pick out their shirt color, and pick out one of 4 transfers. And I will literally be making their shirts on site. How fun is that going to be? Like, that's so fun. So they pay $10 and they get to pick the shirt color and the transfer. It's just gonna be fun, like a really fun like activity that they can, you know, get in line for. The money, the proceeds will go back to the school, cover the costs of, you know, what I've put in as far as buying the shirts and buying the transfers. But any proceeds over that, basically a 50%, you know, proceed profit will go to the school. They're raising money for band and for cheerleading for 2 different competitions. So how fun is that? And what a great use of this. I will definitely record it, because I mean, seriously, what a great way that I can use something that I have in my business to benefit others, and it's just fun, right? I would definitely try to do like a time-lapse recording of that, just to give you an idea of something that you could do, like literally making shirts on the spot. How fun is that going to be? All right, let's check. These guys are going, they're independent, so now we're going to do some equal actions on the Racoma. So let me get the next couple that need to go out. So this is all scraps. Remember I said I make lots of scraps as I go. Here's some scraps from earlier. That piece I need, I pulled it out earlier. Okay, we're going to do 2 pink gingham bags, which are right here. How cute are these? So I do fast frames with all of these. And I have a new font that I love. It's called Grasshopper. Oh, y'all, help me know where it's from. I will put it in the notes below. It's my new favorite. It's my new go-to. I love it. All right, so I print my names out like I do on Brilliant. So if you've never watched before, if you don't subscribe to my channel, please do that. But what I was trying to get at with that is I use Brilliant Essentials for all of my designs, and I print them out. That is my secret to my embroidery. I print out my design for perfect placement every time. And Brilliant gives you a grid line, and I'll show you. So what I did is just centered this on the bag. So you see the grid line? Can you see the, like right here? Dun, da, 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 and dun, da, 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 da. I make sure that it's 2.5 inches from the top of the bag. So I measured that. I measured that to that midline grid right there. And that's how I ensure that it's in the same spot. Especially if I'm doing like this one's a sibling set, you want it to look alike, so that's why I picked that 2.5 inch down, so that they will look the same. I do use my fast frame, and I have an all-in-one 8-in-1 frame for my Racoma. I use my sticky stabilizer. And like I said, I'm probably going to run out before the day is over. I have more en route to me. I hope it doesn't dilly-dally in the Postal Service world. How have y'all been doing with shipping? Mine's been okay. Yes, I print out everything. People sometimes are like, isn't that like a waste? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Not a waste. I do it every day, all day. So, I do pin it even though I use sticky stabilizer, especially for items like this that are lined, because the last thing I'm eating my hair. The last thing I wanted to do is to pick up or to only stabilize the lining and not stabilize the actual item. So I do pin it top and bottom, not too much. I like to pin. I've always been a pinner. I've been doing every Easter basket on this machine. This is my machine for that. I had to get my USB. I did these earlier. I wonder what's going on in Memphis. I wonder if they just have a bad distribution center there. So the key to using my grid is there is a placement number on here. So I always place it over needle number 1. So I always center needle number 1 directly over my grid. So I have my 8-in-1 attachment. My table in the way. I have my 8-in-1 attachment already on the machine. So I just slide my fast frame in position. And then, like I said, I just take my number 1. First I need to find it, so hold on. I am doing Hazel's name, so let me find Hazel. There we are. I'm going to add it. Alright, and now I take my number 1, and now I'm going to center that. Right over my grid. Move it right, move it left, or up or down, whatever it needs. And then once I've done that, we're good to go. This one needs a pink that I think I have taken off the machine. Why'd I do that? That's not the right pink. Hold, please. I don't know why I took that color off. Something I use all the time. I think I had to add, I don't know. So, is that the same color? No, it's definitely darker. Just like with the baby locks, I just cut the whole thread. And then pull it through. The only thing that's different is it doesn't have a automatic threader, so you have to do it yourself. But generally I don't change the colors on here. I don't really know why I took that color off. I'm not really sure because I have 10 million of that pink. So I'm not sure. Maybe it was running low. I don't know. Okay, so it's ready. I do a tracing. It wants you to do a tracing every time. Just make sure that it's within my fast frame, since that's not a frame that comes with it. And then I just tell it to go. So that one's very easy. This one's going to keep doing static work. All right, so that will keep running. So I finally have all 3 machines going. And now I need to get my motto that I literally always say, so darn. The motto that I'm literally always saying in my head is always have the next one ready. That's how you can be efficient when you have multiple machines. Always have the next one ready. So I have the next bag ready for that machine. I do have, I've got the next shirt ready for this machine. I need to figure out what's going to be on. I have an Easter sketch design that I'm going to put on the far machine. I thought I printed these out. sorry. This was a customer that forgot to add the child's name. So I had to go back and look why I had to print it out. It's because I didn't know what name to put on it. All right, so now give me 1 second. Sorry, I'm playing around with sizes over here because I realize this is also a smaller outfit. There we go. Let's see. I got 2 machines that have stopped, so we need to work on those. I'm just trying to get this next one ready, and I'm glad I looked at this. File, save as, so I forgot. I had this ready to mail out, like literally I was ready to work on this one, and I was like, they didn't include a name. And so anyway, I had to message the customer. I didn't hear back from them immediately, and so then I pushed the date back for shipping, because a lot of times that notification will pop up for someone, and then they're like, wait, what? Why is it changing? And then they're like, oh, I forgot something. But then I also did alter this. Sketch designs are not good to shrink on Embroidery or on the machines, because you might lose some of the sketchiness of the design. It can kind of throw it off. So because this is a 6 to 9 month onesie that this is going on, I wanted to pick a smaller size sketch design so that I'm not actually shrinking it on the machine. I actually picked the design that was digitized to be this size. There's a lot of things on Brilliance that you can do as far as, you know, resizing without it changing the integrity of the item. But I have found sketch designs are not ones that I want to mess with. They really need to stay in their original format. Y'all, yes please. How cute is that? So you're not getting the full effect because you don't have good light. You see it? It's the cute Alphalicious. It is a country truck with a big old strawberry in the back and a puppy. Seriously. How fun is that? I've got 2 of those to make. They're time consuming. I always put my time consuming ones off, so I decided to start with time consuming today and not leave it. All right, so this needs one more color change to do the name. Oh, it's stuck around the top of the spool. That would definitely make it get caught. We don't want that. This still has a good 8 minutes left with the name, so it'll give me time to get the other 2 up and running, hopefully again. So I have this one ready. To get set up. I already have my no-show poly mesh on the back. Just need to pop on. So I still use my 9x9 jerky frames. While that's going, I am going to come over this way and check out that here. So there is, again, the lighting is not working with me. There's Hazel's bag. So I want to salvage as much of this as that I can, since especially because I'm running really low. So I just pull it off as gently as I can, and I'm just going to put one little piece over it for the next bag. So this is harder when we're in more than one space. But I want to use as little as I possibly can so I can stretch this to last me as long as I can today. I do have other options. I've got a lot of tearaway, but the sticky is just so much easier. So much quicker. So again, it's the Sticky Stabilizer, the Sulky Sticky Plus, and I like these little rolls that are 8 inches tall. That's my preference because it is the size of my fast frames that I use most regularly. So it really has much less waste when I do that. When I've gotten bigger sheets or rolls of it, I just felt like I was wasting too much by cutting it down to size. All right, so we're doing Finley, so I need to find the new file. And let's see. There we are. Add it to the machine. Let it know. Oh, you know what I just did? I put that new color on, but I actually forgot to change it to needle 1. So I thought it looked a little lighter than normal. But since this is a sibling set, I need to do it again with the color that's a little lighter. You could just use a glue stick or on tearaway and cover the name hole each time too. Yeah, I guess I could do that, right? I've used the spray adhesive that way. So now I'm a little annoyed that the first one I did was the wrong color, but it's still pink and it still looks good. It just wasn't as dark as the other one. The other ones I've done. Hopefully that won't be an issue. I don't think it will be. But that makes me a little annoyed. But I'm glad I figured that out instead of doing this one different since it's a sibling set. I thought it looked lighter. I've got 2 pinks up there. Wah, wah. I'll show you in a little bit the darker version. Alright, what's going on over here? We get James up and running. This is another one of the strawberry shirts. my colors again. So again, I said this earlier, I don't know if you heard me, I really like to do the ones that are time consuming first, so I don't put them off, because my tendency is I'll come down and want to get as much as I can get done as fast as I can get done, so I'll pick the things that are quick stitches first, and then I'll delay that other shirt that takes longer even that much more. So I've been trying to come down and doing the ones that are time consuming, that I kind of put off to the last minute first, so I can knock them out and be done. I do have 2 of these bunny shirts to do, so I'll do them back to back. Scissors just placed everywhere because I'm always using them. So you can see how you can hear down there the Racoma is done. Those bags are just so fast, and the goal is just to always have the next one ready, which I don't. I have the printouts, I just haven't put it together yet because I'm always trying to get these. It's hard to run them all 3 at the same time. It's my goal. This piece didn't pull all the way through, and that annoys me. not a big deal. Part of the job. I need to do big thread reorder. So here's this cute. Now I'm gonna have to play with my machine a little bit later, but it's not finishing through on some of these stitches, so I can use my snag nabbit and I'll push those stitches through. But when I start seeing that like consistently, like several places, then sometimes it just, you know, I need to clean it out or do something a little bit when I see it over and over. But that's my cute little dinosaur for Charlie's birthday. So we'll get that squared away. I am putting these to the side while I work on the next one. And then once I have machines going, then I'll work on those and getting those in their bags. I would like to get this shirt started next before I do anything else, because this is one that you set and walk away. There's no fabric on the sketch designs. So I would like to go ahead and just get it running. Where did my hot down here today? Oh, here it is. I do have the next one, but I didn't think I was done with it. So I think I'm going to buy again. This is the Sulky, which I've always used, soft and sheer. I think I'm going to buy the pre-cut sheets again from All Brands. Is it All Brands? I really loved having those. They were the exact size that I used for this. And I think I'm going to treat myself today to that. Not that it's hard to cut it, but I did enjoy that. When I did my huge holiday, where I did like 4 shirts per person and I had them all shipping out way in advance of the holidays, I basically was appliquing for 36 hours straight. I ordered those and they really were so helpful when I was crunching time like that. So I just have to loosen up my screw on the Durkee when I'm doing a onesie, because it captured, good morning, it gets the sleeves in it, which makes it a little thicker, but works just fine. I might not have it enough. I know, you're like, Kelly, why aren't you using your magnetic ones? And I do, but I kind of reserve those for different projects. But right now you're like, Kelly, you're being silly and stubborn. Maybe I am. Maybe I am. All right, now I am messing something up. So again, I do know I do have my magnetic hoops. I just always go back to my tried and true when it comes to my shirts. I do learn not to be impatient. Something just keeps doing something funny. Oh, you know why? Duh. Because it came undone. No wonder it was making that popping noise. I unscrewed it too much. Didn't like that, did it? Alright, I'm taking way too much time getting this one thing. This is why Always have the next one ready, and I didn't, and it's because this is screwing up on me, and I'm sorry, guys. This always happens when I'm... All right, maybe I will get the magnetic one out. I don't want to go back on what I was saying. I know, it does make these easier. Oh my God, and it just got stuck on my watch. All right, deep breath, Kelly. All in a day's work, Kelly. All right, I'm being a little pig-headed. Is that a word, pig-headed? Can you be pig-headed, bull-headed? Okay. So I did just add Madeline to that. I also need to make sure that's on. I need to heat and bond light this sheet, and I need to get my next basket up and running. So, and I need to get a Diet Coke. All right, we've got Madeline, set, edit, center it over my design. Okay, move that away. And then we are going to assign our colors. We've got 1, 4, 5, 5, pink, pink, green, orange, so this is a set it and forget it one, okay? Set it and forget it. Although you're really always keeping an eye on it, right? We don't really forget it. All right, heat and bond line. These are the seersucker Easter. And this is another sibling 2-set. And we've got Harper and Paisley. these are one of my top 10 sellers every year. Oops, did I just lick my finger? No, I didn't. 7.5, 2.5, pin it. So again, this is another lined bag. So we will use the sticky stabilizer, but we'll also use the pins. So here is Embroidery bag. Put this in its so that is our sister set. Oh, come on. I do like to go ahead and bag them up. Put my thank you in there. That way when it's time to go to the post office, I always run before my kids get home to the post office. I like to have them already packaged, because if I wait until the end, then I'm like scrambling. And I need to be here when the bus gets here, you know? I put it in my bin. Hey Shayna, long time. You know, I was thinking about you the other day. I haven't been very busy on YouTube, watching folks or doing my own thing. And I knew it had been some time since I talked or heard from you. I hope you are well. My Facebook page, girl, I got several and I can't keep up. So I have a Facebook page for Embroidery Nurse. This is where I sell my items. If that's what you're looking for. I got it all though. I've got Embroidery Nurse on Instagram. Wherever. So if you just joined, just getting a lot of orders out, got a ton of baskets, and then just a lot of random spring, Easter, but of course Easter baskets are one of my top 10 sellers every year, so they keep me very, very busy. If you're also just joining, it's really dark in here because my ring light has died. Somebody in this house, no one will fess up, had knocked it over. All right, looking for the name Harper. Where are you? There you are. Add that. Okay, we're centering our design. We're tracing it. Oh, thank you, Shayna. You're awesome. There we go. It's off and running. Hey, Mary. So I've got Easter Bunny shirt here. I've got a spring strawberry shirt here. And Easter basket on the Racoma. I know, Mary. I don't know. You'll have to go back and watch the beginning of this video. I kind of talked about where I've been. I'll turn the camera around in a minute. So, for those that weren't here at the beginning of the video, I was saying, oh, you said I've been here, I had to leave for a bit, yeah. Anyway, I had just finished an 8-week intensive training at my hospital, getting back into the field of nursing. I've always been a nurse. I never want to completely leave the field of nursing, but to be reinstated at a new hospital, you have to go through orientation with a preceptor and learn the hospital, the way they do things, even though it's the same, kind of the same area that I worked in before. I needed 8 weeks. You know, a new grad would have 12, 16 weeks. So it wasn't as long as that. But I needed it because there were some areas that I had not worked in before. Pediatrics is one of those. But I will mainly be working postpartum, which is what I did before. So my goal is just to pick up some shifts here and there to help out where they have needs, to maybe work a day a week. Some weeks maybe not at all. If my husband travels, my kids are busy at sports, and of course I have a huge undertaking with an embroidery business, right? So, but I don't want to leave nursing. Nursing is just fundamentally a part of who I am. So I thought it was a good idea to get back in it and just not let that fall by the wayside. COVID is what had me step out of it for a while, not by my own accord, really by furloughing staff members when they couldn't keep up with all the staff based on people's stuff. They stopped coming in to doctor's offices. Anyway, but that was kind of a blessing in disguise, and we moved during COVID and are in a beautiful, wonderful, lovely town on the coast. And anywho, so I had to step back from videos and embroidery, and I, kept up with Etsy, but just wasn't able to do anything else extra. And now I'm trying to kind of get back into the swing of things, doing a few videos here and there. I've got some upcoming tutorials I'm going to do. I'm going to talk all about everything embroidery market, and also talk about Creative Fabrica, which I love, and I want to share some new updates they have. So yeah, there's that, right? So anywho, all 3 machines are running right now, so that makes me happy. This one, the Thelma, is working on Easter baskets today, so I'm just turning them out. Boom, 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 boom. I think I have, 36 of them right now to do. Yeah, it does. And honestly, I've been full-time with my embroidery business for a while. And sometimes it's nice to get out of the basement. Just saying. I like talking to you guys. I feel like I'm having a slight conversation, maybe a little more one-sided, but I kind of needed to get out of the basement. And that was one push for me. Like, my husband was like, are you sure you want to go back to nursing? I'm like, I need to talk to people and help people, and not that you don't help people in embroidery, but it's just not the same. And I felt like I was getting some really snarky customers on Etsy and some of the other platforms, and just really needy and rude, and I just needed a little step away. So nursing is going to give me that. I can work here and there. All right, this basket's done, so I should probably grab that. We're almost done. I've also kind of changed up the flow of my room, and I love it. I got Racoma over here. She sticks out a little more. Ow! So just turning out Easter baskets, seersucker and gingham ones that I have. This was a pink one. I've got a sister set. Let's get the next sibling set basket up. Sorry, I'm not going by my own verbiage of having the next one ready. I think we were chatting. I saw some names on there that I hadn't talked to in a while. Let's see, 7 and then 2.5. And let's stick it on our fast frame. There we go. All right, I'm coming to put another one on the Racoma. Color 2, okay. Now we're going to center it over my grid, always centering, and then we trace it. That enters it into the embroidery status. Make sure our handle's out of the way and tell it to go. Next basket. These kind of just run on their own. Am I making y'all dizzy? Alright, we found some more red in our basket here. I do want to make sure it's the same red I used on the brother's shirt. It is. Definitely need to make sure they match. Bunny is looking good. Basket's going. So let's go by my verbiage and get the next one ready. This one, like I said, is so tedious, and I had 2 of them to do. And I want to be done with it. Uh-oh. I'm missing conversation. I did it again. I licked my finger. I'm sorry. That's gross. Diet Coke, y'all. I've got some upstairs. All right, our next basket is done. Let's go check her out. This page is done. So we need to get the next baskets up and running. But these are just easy peasy. Fresh and squeezy. So, one little thread I see that goes through with my snag magnet. Done. Still one of my #1 tools. Little random thread, and we're going to put this together with the sibling one. Put my thank you in there and slide it in. All right, slap that label on. Put in our bin. Alright, these next two are actually monograms. And they are both gone purple and blue. purple over there. I need to do another thread order. I do know that. Right now, all three of the machines have come to a pause, and that gives me just a little bit of just annoyance. Oh, you know what? That one just needs me to tell it to go again. That's easy. Okay, so on the blue one, we're doing KTB. I think this will look cute. 1.5. And 2.5. Because they're lined. So I don't want the sticky stabilizer to only adhere to the lining and then the top of the bag shift. So I want to make sure that doesn't happen. So this one's cute. They want a monogram on it. So, oh look, I can see that it's perfectly within my frame that way, huh? All right. So, I like that both colors up here, good. All right, this one is the baby blue. We're going to look for KTB. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Needle 11 is the color we're going for. See. Center it over needle 1. Trace it. Pull it up. Dang strawberry shirt. Here's the second one, but still. Scraps here. Also probably have 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Well, keeping the fabric that I was looking at. This one, stop, thread break. 12:20. We're doing good. Alright, we'll get the next one ready for this. Okay. Always get the next one ready. Always have the next one ready. Those are all my baskets. So keep those going. Hello. Some of y'all might be on lunch breaks at this point, huh? Trying to keep all three machines working all day. Made an all-star basketball team, and so this weekend we'll be traveling, or I will be traveling with him for that. So I knew I needed to get stuff done. A lot of times I do try to catch up on the weekends. Just my husband travels throughout the week, not all week, but this week he's been gone 2 nights. We'll do that tonight. I don't come down here all in the afternoon or evening when he's out of town. I just don't. That's not. I need to be with my kids. So. Anyway, I get more done when he's around. Yeah, snacks are my thing. Bye, Mark. Back to work. Womp womp. Yeah, I'm gonna go get a Diet Coke while my machines are going. Alright, Diet Coke done. I also went looking for my dog. Couldn't figure out where she was. She is asleep in my husband's office. It's not even in town, but okay. This one probably gets loud. Where do you look at their supplies at? How do you decide what size blurs or design to put on items? get a lot of my stuff on Amazon. It's snack time. But I also do buy a lot of it wholesale as well. So how do we decide what size? Which is cute. Really just eyeball it, honestly, in the beginning, and then you get set with what sizes you like. When it comes for like children's shirts, I generally do the 5x7 design, and then I'll add a 1-inch name underneath it. So in the end, it's bigger than a 5x7 design, but that's generally the one that I'll pick. Now, I was saying earlier with this bunny shirt that I did, it was for a 6 to 9 month onesie, and so I did make the design smaller because it was too big on a 6 to 9 month onesie. So it just depends on what you're doing. Now, like for the Easter baskets, I generally do about a 1.5 inch name. If I'm doing a lot of them for one person, I have to kind of play it by ear on what the largest name is, because if the largest name, if it's in a 1.5 inch and it's too big, I don't want it to look different than the rest. So then I make them all the same size if it's, you know, all going to the same person. But 1.5 for most fonts for these baskets are the right size. For this monogram, I did a 3 inch. Any bigger than that just kind of overwhelms I think, the bag. So it's just eyeballing it, really. That's why I print everything out too. If I print it out, then I can physically see it. I had one customer, and I'm still waiting for her response. I don't know if I'm going to have to end up canceling her order or what, but she wanted this cute, I think it's over here actually, this pink dress right here, this pink corduroy dress, and she wanted a monogram on it. Her daughter's school has a rule that no monograms can be bigger than 2 inches. So she wanted me to see with a 2-inch monogram, which is actually pretty small. Here it is actually. If it would look too weird in the middle, since it's so little, or should we put it in the bottom corner? So I printed out the design, I actually took a picture of it, laid out on my backdrop with it right here in the middle, and then I took a picture of it with it down in the left-hand corner. So I'm just waiting on her to tell me, you know, what looks, because sometimes when you say 2 inches, it actually doesn't look bad in the middle. I thought at first, I'm like, that's gonna look really funky, but it really doesn't. Anyway, I'm waiting on that customer to get back to me about that. So let's see here. We are going to find STG. And we're going to move it over my grid. We've got it set on the 15th thread color. We're going to trace it. That is within my fast frame. Until it, okay. Nope. Stop. It picked up the wrong thread. I must not have. I need it to come all the way over, dun, 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 to the last one. So it's good to stay with your item until it actually starts. That way you can make sure that you didn't mess it up. Because that would have been my error, not the machine's, right? That's user error. Alright, so that order is complete. What's going on over here? Good. Our belly is done, yeah. Again, there's several threads that I'm going to have to poke through here. The sketch, I really hate that. I will tell you, sketch is honestly not my favorite. I know they're fast, but I don't always love. They're not my favorite. You can't mess up one stitch of a sketch design. So I'm just using my stag nabbit and some little end pieces that didn't tear off. I'm basically pushing them through. I think this is a better practice than cutting them. If we were to cut them, then that could lead to fraying down the line. I never want to cut any of the little threads. I don't. I want to push them through the other side so that they don't lose any of their integrity. There's several in here. Like I said, I think I need to clean my machine out. At least my thread cutter, because it seems to be leaving a slight tail every time we cut it. If I had that thing with an oliver, not where I should keep it for sure. Alright, I think that is the last of my spare threads. So of course I need to iron this, but I do love this, and I've got 2 more to do, and a boy one and another girl one. So that's the sketch. Are you talking about the snag nabbit? So it is so simple. I actually have an entire video on it. Seriously, type in. Look back at my videos, and I have a whole video just showing it. So basically, you just take this. It's so hard to see because I don't have my ring light. It's broken. Can you see that? If I get it up really close, it's supposed to be straight. But I've always been mine. It's got an edge. This edge right here is like serrated. That's not right. Textured, and this end has the sharp needle. And I don't do these ahead of time. I just jump on. I don't do lives that often. So anyway, you take this. You take the pokey end. If I had a thread left, I would do it. You find the thread that's like poking out, and you just poke it through and pull it all the way through the back. And what it does is it pulls that thread with that serrated edge, serrated is not right, that textured edge all the way through. But that's really hard to see because it's so dark. I just dropped it. I see it. I see it. Got it. And go back and watch. There's a video where I tried to show it a lot closer in action. I promise you, this is like a game changer when it comes to finishing your design. You'll love it. Okay. What do we have next? We need tires, so I need some black. Perfect. Tires right here out of my scrap pile. And I need to get the next bunny shirt set up over here. These are actually purchased on my Shopify site. I don't get a lot of sales through there. So I tickled to get an Easter sale on there. That is one area of my business that I would love to grow, but I just haven't focused much time on growing Shopify. You have to do all the work, right, to get everything there. Okay, I'm going to do the girl one first since the colors are already up there to match. This is Olivia, and you can see this will be a bigger design, the same one, but bigger. Are we still talking about the snag nabbit? Sorry, I got lost in the... Are gonna have 5/4. There we go. Here's my other little trick. So, do you guys use these? I use these for everything. And what I did is I cut one to be 24 inches. I just cut it. Like, because this is the size I use all the time. When I would have, and actually probably have one up here, I don't need all of this. I don't. Too much. I would be doing something and it would fall on the floor. I mean, it's too much. So I took one of the longer ones, cut it. Game changer. Something that costs what, like 10 cents? It's the little things. That little snag nabbit, I think it costs like $2. But, I mean, I'm not joking when I say it's a game changer in my end work of my embroidery, of it just looking nicer. All right, that basket is done. We need to get another basket on. Actually, every machine is done. Not done, but not moving. Where did my... I need to clean up on aisle 4 here. Clean up on aisle 4. Clean up on aisle 4. The roll's getting small, so I keep not seeing him. So tennis has picked back up. I'm playing tomorrow. I did not play much in January or February weather-wise. That was another reason why this was a really good time for me to do orientation at the hospital, because there's not a lot going on at the beach. Like half the restaurants are closed, half the stores are closed. I mean, I literally live on a beach, on an island. Now granted, it's a 21-mile island, but it's still an island. And so obviously it is a more populated during the summertime. And January and February, y'all, the town shut down. So, but yeah, tennis is too cold during January and February. Like, there's days where the courts are frozen. I tried to go out there a couple of times, and a couple of times in January we actually had decent weather on the weekends. But yeah, I'm excited for tennis to be picking back up. I play tomorrow. I'm snagged at nabbit. Yes, thank you. I can actually show you. Let me get this started and then I'll show you. Let me find that. While that's looking, then I'm going to cut these little wheels out, because that doesn't take long. Yeah, it's a, let's see, I think it's made by Dritz. You can find it at Hobby Lobby. You can buy it on Amazon. I'll show it to you. I do have it in the show notes of most of my videos if you go to one that's not one of these lives. I'll add it to this too if somebody's watching this after the fact. I don't know, do people watch lives after the fact? Probably not. Especially when I just keep talking and talking. All right, let's find Olivia. And I need to clear this out too. Okay, Olivia. So we are going to 4, 5, 5, off for the races. This one we can do the next piece, okay? And that would be this. Oh, good, Chris. Yeah, I do. I mean, I guess I watch them, so yeah. This shirt's a time sucker. As much as I love it and as beautiful it is, it's a time sucker. And you can see this one machine has only done 2 of these in the entire time that I've been live. In that time, I've done like 8 baskets. I've taken off some things out of my shop that are time suckers. I love it. Yes. Yeah, Joann's has them. Hobby Lobby has them. Let me show it to you real quick. I know you gotta leave for. I think I still have some in a box. I mean, I buy them by the box. I gotta open this box. I always have like 4 or 5 of them out at a time. And when I bend them too much. So here it is. Snag Nabbit. I mean, how simple is this? Snag Nabbit is by Dritz. Snag Nabbit. It's just that simple little thing in there. Repairs snags and knits and wovens. So you can use this like if you have a snag in your sweater. Insert point into center of snag. Push or pull tool completely through the fabric. Gently stretch fabric to realign fibers. So that's something about if you're using it for like a sweater. We're using this to take those little tiny pieces of thread and pushing them through. So you're not cutting them, because when you cut them, you risk the fact that it could start to unravel. I'm gonna take this one out because I'm gonna add a new one to mine. All mine are bent so much. Snag Nabbit. All right. Last piece of fabric for this, and I can put this to rest. I am glad I started with it because I'm not a good judge of time. That's too small. See, I keep scraps like this, like seriously, Kelly, what do you ever use that for? Nothing. I do need to find that brown again, though. Is that big enough? Yeah. Luckily, this is the last piece of fabric. I can't see. I'm in my own shadow. There we go. I use my ring light even just for my own like light when I'm working because it's so bright. It's not just for filming or anything, so I'm really struggling without it. You might see like behind me what looks like windows, but they're windows to nowhere. Not really nowhere, but the 3 windows directly behind me, back here, they're to my kids, like, it's the downstairs area that's theirs. I don't know if you can see. See it there? Oh, I can't see it there. It is ground level, but in my house you come in on the first level, not the ground level. So it's kind of a basement, but kind of not. Gosh, look how dark it is. They have like their TV and couches and pool table and ping pong table and all that out there. Okay, what's next? Those 2 are running. This basket is done. I need to get some more baskets on my machine over here. I love this choice of ribs. Most people put names on these, but I love it when somebody does something a little different. And that was a cute one. I'll show you both of them they have in their order. I think those are cute. Now you're seeing the light through it, which you wouldn't normally see. But I think those are cute. Alright, so I got worried that I put the same initials, but they weren't. So let me get this one packaged up. Looking through all mine. These are the ones that I've done. This one, that's completed, that's completed. These are completed. Okay, those, I guess I didn't print out this one yet. Did I? Or is that what that is? No, which one is this? Nope, that's this bunny shirt that's on there. I only print out what I know is going to go out, so sometimes I don't print out everything if I don't think there's a chance it might not go out. I'm going to go ahead and print this one out real quick. What is this one waiting on? Me. It was waiting on me. So again, I do all my stuff on my computer over here. summer I will be taking a break for a little bit. This summer. Alright, let me put my thank you in there. Those are cute. Summer is normally a really busy time for me too, so I'm just going to have to promote things a little bit earlier for back to school, and when I get back, just kind of be on a crunch to get things done. I'm tired. Alright, what's next? 1 o'clock. Faster. Keep going faster. And this one will be next over there. And what's going to be next on this machine? Let's figure that out. In the middle of my video there. Those boxes were fun, but they were a beast. I would love to do something like that. I think what I'll do is kind of do like maybe one for I don't know, a season, like maybe Christmas in July again. That might be fun to do. I enjoy doing that. Doing it I had it where it was going to be literally every week, and then I realized, like, I don't have availability every week to be away from my family. Maybe not the availability, or maybe it's the desire. So I think moving forward, if I do those again, it would really be more of a pre-recorded. I do better with pre-recorded. That's why I don't do lives very often either. I just knew I was going to be working down here from 10 to 3 today, so I was like, might as well. I haven't been on here in forever. Don't want you guys to forget who I was. And it motivates me to keep working when I know y'all are there. Like, I'm not going to go upstairs and get tempted to do something else, because I've got to run. Alright. And it's not really that I'm getting away from embroidery, it's really that I have things, like really fun things playing with my family, so that's all. And you know, my son is 14, my oldest, and I'm starting to get a little nostalgic. I'm like, I only have 4 summers with him before he moves out. I want to do all the things, right? I want to do all the things. I've never put my Etsy shop on vacation mode. I'm so nervous about doing it. But I know it's the right thing to do. I know it is. And I'm come to terms with that. And I'll just have to work really hard when I get back to build things back up. But I've got nursing on the back burner too. So I don't feel as stressed about having to have my embroidery. I feel like I can fall back on nursing as this builds itself back up, and I can kind of, best of both worlds, y'all. I mean, I've got 2 things that I can rely on. And then next year, really big change in our world. My husband has bought land here at the beach, And he is in the process, which is going to take over a year, of building a market. Like, there'll be a place where like high-end meats and cheeses and charcuterie boards and deli sandwiches and things like that. Like, I can't wait. Like, we're literally going to own a market where you can get lunch, but also get like pre-made things, either to take out on the boat or to eat for dinner, dips, soups. I can't wait. So huge, huge addition to our world. But that, yeah, it's already in the process. It's already in architect and reviews and all stuff like that. The land's already been purchased. Nothing's obviously been built yet. It's a way longer process than I ever would have dreamed of. It probably won't open until summer of next year. But lots of things going on with the paintings. Multiple streams of income, right? That's the way we've all decided to do. You're not waiting all on one, so. All right, let's get some more machines going. Right here. Oh, you're like really looking at all my crap there. All right, sorry. Next basket is that's going good. That strawberry shirt's almost done. Ugh. We need a purple. I had someone that I'm redoing a basket for, and it's okay because I've got that built-in. They picked the color off my color chart, and when they got it, they were like, "What can you do about this? This is for a boy, and this looks way too purple." I'm like, I thought it was an odd choice. I probably should have asked them, but now I'm like, okay, I'll do the next one. How about we stick with navy? And she was good with that. And it's fine. And that's just part of it. I want her to be happy with what she got. I can't do that all the time. If I didn't have any left, it happens to be one of the colors that I had some. And they're not, ow! They're not sold out. I'm trying to make sure I didn't like poke. I've actually done that before. It's been a while, but I actually cut my finger on, I don't know if it was a pen or the scissors, and I looked down after I'm like 3/4 of the way done with an item, and I realized, oh my goodness, I literally had a drop of blood on that. I think it was something like this, or a stocking or something. Oh my goodness. So of course that obviously was trash. And a Band-Aid. Hello, hello. All right, this one has aqua, and I don't think I have aqua up here. Somebody ordered last night. I looked down because I get my little, setting that says, I've got a new order, and a stocking. A Christmas stocking. I mean, I still have some of them. I have the exact numbers up, so it was fine. But I was like, a stocking? All right, where is my aqua? That doesn't look like enough. All right, all three of my machines are quiet now. goodness. I had to replace a bobbin. Or refill it, I guess is what we call that. Sorry, now it didn't start back up. Alright, let's see. Back it up a little bit. About 10. Alright, I found my aqua for this bag. That will be kind of cute. Let's see. What color should we swap out? Swap colors out as much as I've done today on here. I need to kind of re-look at the colors I have up there and switch some of them out. All right. Okay, let's see. So let's find the name Jenny. There you are. Add it to the machine. Bring it up. All right. We're going to cover it with number 1. And this is color 13. So we take the 1 needle and we make sure we are over our grid, up, over. Then we trace it. It's quiet when no machine's going, isn't it? All right, once we trace it, looks good, we tell it to go. And it's going to come all the way over and work that one out for us. Just going to cut off this long tail while it's going. Last strawberry cup is done. Thank you. So I've got 4 shirts over there that I need to press and get in better looking order to mail out. Let's see. I'm going to work on these 2 seersucker and gingham outfits. I'll do this one first. This is a faux smock mane. I love these. I do a lot of these in spring. Maybe because the pictures I have are spring. Now this one I've never done it in black. So I'm definitely going to make sure that I take a product photo of this so I can make a separate listing for it. Anytime I have a product that is a new color that someone has chosen, I make a whole nother listing for it. And I've never had anyone order black for this. I think it'd be cute. Alright, I'm just centering my design. undo the top. Trying to salvage as much of my sticky stabilizer that I can. Like I said, I've got more on order, but it is not here yet. And this needs a bigger piece than some of the other things. So these dresses are lined, so I do put it on the sticky, but also pin. So again, anything lined, you want to make sure if you're using sticky stabilizer that you pin as well, because the sticky stabilizer is only going to adhere or stick to the lined areas, and you've got the potential for the top to shift. So all this seersucker that I do, that I use sticky on, I also have to do pins on top. I'm so glad to be done with those strawberry shirts. The only two colors I need for this are black and white. So here you can see I've pulled in each one of those letters, and it's a faux smock design. It is so cute. It does require one piece of white fabric to be the background. Sounds like my basket is done over there, but I'm going to get this one started. And then I'll need to get the boy one ready over here. So, let me look at this order again and just make sure. Making sure I'm doing the right colors. So, I already had this piece with heat bond light on it. Basically, since I do these smocked items a lot, I just take a long strip of this white fabric, about the exact same size I need, and I just put it on a bunch of it on heat bond light. So I always have that. So I have to cut it really close because this one doesn't go all the way. there's not a lot of room. So I don't want any of it. But I have to be very careful though with these applique scissors. I don't cut this beautiful dress. So you can see what I've done is I've laid out the smocked plate for it, basically. And again, it's faux smocking, y'all. It ain't real smocking, it's faux smocking. It says that in my listing, but it really looks, oh, it's just so beautiful. It really is. Marmaby Designs is who makes that. But I can set that and forget it. I don't have to do any more with that, so that's nice. It's just that one piece of fabric. I'll save that for the next shirt that we do. Well, this aqua does look cute. Sometimes I'm not sure of color choices. So I'll show y'all again since we were talking about the snag magnet. So this has a couple of pieces that are sticking up. So I like to do it when it's still on the frame too, because it's more taut. Right in that word, more taut. Anyway, it's easier to do it when it's, there we go. So you just kind of have to push it through. Is there any more? Sometimes you can only see it if you turn an item to the side. Dun-dun. So I think that's cute, that aqua, and it fits for the purple. Whew. Sounds good, don't you think? Ginny with an eye. Most orders have more than one. I had 9. A lady ordered 9 of them. And she was getting them for all of her grandkids. So that's this one. I don't think I've printed out this sticker yet. What time is it? Okay, we're still good. We'll print that out in a minute. Let's get the next one on there. And I need to get the next bunny shirt ready. It's a sibling match, but the boy bunny. I've got the shirt right here. Okay, the next, we've got Weston and Kaylee. This is Dew. We've got blue and pink. We're going to do baby blue and dark pink, okay? Let's do Weston first. Weston baby blue. So we got blue and a pink. this over there on that Racoma that's looking too quiet right now. You guys are quiet right now too. Maybe I'm just not seeing everything. Okay, let's just double check. We've got Weston, Farmhouse, Baby Blue on blue. My blues running low. Y'all, I swear, I've changed 4 different colors today. This time I changed none. This one's just the colors run out. I have some of the smaller spools on here. Some of these colors don't come in the bigger spools. Again, the only reason I'm swapping this one out is because that one's about to run out. I don't think it would last for that whole morning. And no machine likes it when it's stitching and the thread runs out. That's a big no-no. Alright, let's get that one off and we're going to find Weston. There we are. Add it to the machine. Open it up. There we are. Okay. Number 1 for us to center, and then we will say number 11 to stitch. We are going to trace it and start it. Alright, one machine stop. Because it was done. Isn't that cute? I'm going to do the boy version now. And I do need to finish up all these shirts. I don't like when I pile them up like this. Why didn't you stop? Whoop, bottom. It's so funny, I swear, these two machines, they're like on the same wavelength. They always run, I just replaced the old bottom. So crazy. It's literally just did it. Alright, I always back up about 20 when that happens. For the bunny. And let me on aisle 4. Put the stuff away. Okay, let's see. Where Here it is. Sorry. Okay, size 5 boy embroidery. Size 5. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had the right shirt size. I couldn't figure out why I had it sitting out. In this is we do navy blue instead of the pink for the bunny. So I get the 12-inch roll of the soft and sheer no-show poly mesh because it's the size I need for all my shirts. Like I said, I think I'm going to order the all-stitch pre-cut sheets. Those are really helpful. This is the last bunny I have to do, so. At least that I have ordered right now, right? I do really try to group things together to make more sense, but I just had so many different random things today with stitch. That one's even easier than the girl one because it doesn't have to have the bow. Alright, let's get our next basket. you want to make sure you pull down the lining. Sometimes like that, just fold it up. That one. Alright, this basket says darker pink. I'm gonna have to watch this one because it doesn't look like there's a lot left on this piece. Ooh. Alright. I'm tired, y'all. But I've got another hour, 2 hours to work hard. I gotta do it. Gotta do it, gotta do it, gotta do it. Alright, so that's Weston and Kaylee for that. This is looking phenomenal. Phenomenal. Alright, I need to get another one in the prep. Let's see. Everything's running. That one's about to stop. This person's ordered from me before, and I adored this when they ordered it last time. I think last time they did it on a dress. This time they're doing it on one of the ruffle rompers that are amazing. I might have actually printed it out too big now that I'm looking at it. Let's see if it'll fit. But they picked this really elegant font that I normally do on linen. Oh, it's gonna fit perfect. And they're putting it on a seersucker outfit. Like really, really cute. And they're doing it monotone, which I think is really cute too. And their initials are the same letter, WW. And I think that's really cool too. Okay, so check this out. You guys get ready to swing. Look how awesome that faux smocking is with a name. Ugh, get that out of there. I mean, seriously. Isn't that awesome? I mean, what a cute personalized dress. Love it. Love it. So again, I've never done this color, so I'm going to take a picture of it. Isn't it cool? Marmaby Design. I'm pressing it extra special because I am going to take a picture of it. Okay, so this is cute. Oh my gosh. So this is, I mean, first of all, it's the cutest little ruffle seersucker item from Love That Cotton. And she wants this fancy schmancy. And I know you're looking at it like, wait, what? But it's going to look really cute because it's going to be in the same color. It would not look cute in that blue and black. That's just the color it prints out from my computer. I'm going to use my tearaway on this. I could use the sticky, but I'm about to run out, so I'm not. And that's on too small, that little. Let's use it. So here's a good example of why I don't like the big rolls. Look at all this wasted tearaway. When I ordered it, I normally get the 12-inch roll. This is the 8-inch roll. That's all they had in stock. And I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Okay, so what did I say? That I needed to watch this. Oh, y'all. See, this is what happens when I start getting tired. Okay, I said I needed to watch it. And what did I just hear? This. Drop to the ground. Like, are you kidding me? Oh. And it's on the last letter, but there's no way with what's trailing up here that will complete it. I wish I could think it would, but it's not. But that's okay. It didn't go all the way through, and it didn't make it mad yet. 2532. 2532. So that was actually lucky that I heard this drop because the machine was still going. And it really does. It makes it really mad if it's stitching without thread. And I say that for all of my machines, not just this. And I said earlier, I was like, I need to watch this. It might run out. And sure enough, on that last letter, it ran out. But so lucky that there's enough up here that I can still tie it off. And I don't have to rethread it from the base. So lucky. It must have just like lifted it up and threw it off the machine, which is a little strange that that happened. I'm going to let it go for a second. Well, it pulled all the way through. That's awesome. I didn't have to change it. So there's that. That was lucky. I thought it was going to get stuck in there, but it didn't. So yay to the yay. Whew, saved the day. Oh, I'm so glad that didn't mess it up. That order is done. Brother sister set. Alright, so that one, oh look, 3 colors, love it. Okay, so this next one, let me get it started. I already sprayed it, didn't I? Yes. Let me get this one lined up. Actually, let me spray it even more. I want this to be on there real good and flat. Are y'all watching March Madness? Are y'all basketball fans? My boys are, so. We've actually been more interested in the girls this year because our team, NC State, is they're a #1 seed, which is fantabulous. We're super excited for them. Alright, and again, this is lined. We definitely need to pin it. This definitely pulls. And since this is a pretty dense stitch out, even more so, I'm going to pin it and pin it well, because it will pull. And then I just want to tighten up my hoop here so it doesn't pull out at all. All right. latched onto a random thread. I'm just trying to get it out of the path there. Alright, so I'm throwing grid. My day has been changing out colors, hasn't it? I told you I had a lot of random one-off orders, which is cool. I don't mind. I like changing it up, but it does take it a little longer when you're not doing the same thing. Come on. Go for it. Oh, gotta tell it colors, huh? What are you doing over here, bunny? Alright, it's stuck on something. Yeah, you're gonna love this when it's done. Alright, we need our next basket, don't we? I don't think I have any more prep for the machine. So I might need to work on that. I've gotten a lot done now. What do y'all think? Seriously. How are y'all? I'm tired. So I think I'm going to do that for a wrap because I'm going to have to go to my machine and prep some more items. I've done everything that I designed last night, which is an amazing yay. I try to forecast like how many I think I'll be able to get to, and I guess since I haven't left this room since 10 o'clock, I've been pretty successful in getting done what I had hoped I would do. But since I still have like a solid almost 2 hours, my boys will get home from the bus at about 3:45. I'm going to keep working. As tired as I am, it's what I need to do. Like I said, I don't like working late in the evenings, and I don't work at all once my kids get home from school. So I'm excited that I've gotten done what I hoped I would get done today. Probably got about 12 orders out the door. So that's good. And hopefully I can go ahead. Friday is always the day that I have the most orders to get out because of the way, since Etsy doesn't consider Saturday and Sunday days to ship out, things that are ordered over the weekend all land on Friday when we do the 1 to 2 week time period. So I always have a lot more orders for Friday. So this will be really great because I'll be able to get a bunch of my orders done for tomorrow, and then maybe get ahead of the game and not be on my day of when I need to get something out. So I I am going to wrap it up here. I am going to do a video talking about everything embroidery market. I really hope you guys will look into that. It's so much fun. Never got an alert when you were live. Hey everyone, have fun at tennis tomorrow. Thank you. I'm excited. It's supposed to be 77 here tomorrow. Woo-hoo! So thanks. I'm excited to play. And thanks for remembering that. That's sweet. Anyway, I hope you guys have had a successful day. Hopefully you're working as well. And I'll talk to y'all soon again. I'm going to talk again about everything embroidery market. I'm also going to talk again about Creative Fabrica, just to let you know some of the updates and things they have that are awesome that are going on right now. And that's it. Whatever you guys need, let me know. And I did talk to a few people in the beginning. If they wanted some of the scraps, to let me know, and I'll mail at least four bags out, depending on how many people are interested. And that's just my scraps that I already have the heat and bond light on it. My bin is too big right now, and I don't need it all, but I don't want to throw it away. Sarah, thank you. Oh, yay, you're going to EM. Well, sign up for my classes if you haven't already. I'm teaching 2 classes, so that will be fun. Bye, Wanda. Y'all have a great day. Hope you're getting a lot done. Happy stitching. Bye.